couple questions and concerns, common ones that I've heard. I'm sure there'll be another video of this. The most common one I get about dreams in general. If I don't mean to laugh, but if I die in the dream, will I die in real life? Or will I die in the waking world? Will I not wake up? I can't say for certain that in every circumstance ever that exists that's not possible. However, I have both died and killed myself thousands of times in my dreams. Some were not lucid dreams. Some were lucid dreams. A lot of them were lucid dreams because curiosity, I guess. A lot of it was curiosity. But I also believe that some of it is death is not always how we tend to see it. The whole death is the beginning, or death is only, it's not the end. Some deaths I've felt occurred in a lot of my dreams, not necessarily because I was killing myself, but because I was killing off a part of myself, an aspect of myself. Most of the time, aspects that aren't serving me. They're either negative aspects that are holding me back, or negative lines of thinking that they're just not benefiting me. And therefore, parts of those, almost like you're slashing at portions of your ego that don't need to be there. They're just not serving. What if I'm not ready? Experience is something that you get shortly after the moment that you need it. Whether you're ready or not, if you believe you are, you are. If you believe you're not, maybe you're not. It's just one of those things you kind of have to experience. You can test it, take it out for a test drive. If you don't like it, don't do it. The sensation is powerful. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe regardless of how many benefits you begin to see or immediately feel, maybe it's not for you and it is actually too intense, either period or at this time in your life. You know, everything in the waking world contributes and carries over to the dream world. You know, if you're trying to do a lucid dreaming practice and you're finding that it's difficult, and you also find that it's extremely stressful in your waking world, that could be a factor. Sorry about that. That could be a factor, but it can also alleviate stress. There's a lot, again, the fun factor and the exploration factor. What if it's too hard for me? What if it's too difficult? Again, that your beliefs and your current way of thinking play a huge role in that. Even if those beliefs are subconscious, and on the outside you're like, nah, I totally got this, but on the inside, if there's a lot of doubt and there's a lot of fear, that carries over too. And a really good example is, I've been teaching people how to lucid dream for years, and one of my good friends, who will remain unnamed until he gives me the go-ahead, that's okay. One of my star pupils, I guess you could say, is in the beginning, he didn't even really recall having a lot of dreams, period. But he also trusted my judgment, and he trusted my experiences, and he's also extremely open-minded too. And that helps tremendously. But I told him from the beginning, lucid dreaming is super easy. It's one of the easiest things to do, period. I gave him a couple things to do, the dream journals, going into the dream world with intent, positive intent, and a little bit, not a lot of it, was a bit of an experiment to test that belief, but the belief with someone else. And now he's really good. He's really good. So good that I actually felt a little competitive and had to up my game a bit. But he's really good. He picked it up super easy, despite the fact that he didn't believe that he dreamed a lot. He falls into lucidity extremely easy. All these practices that I've heard many people say, it took me years to do. And, because belief plays such a huge role in the dreaming world, what you go in believing is, those are your tools. And if your tools are small, Sure, you can believe that those tools need to gradually build up over time. Sometimes you can walk in the room with the biggest sword, symbolically. Well, in lucid dreaming, sometimes physically too. But yeah, that's the point, is that he believed it, and therefore it manifested exactly like that. And even to this day, he's, him and I exchange ideas on very high levels in regard to lucid dreaming, despite the fact that he hasn't been doing it that long. But he believed it, and that power of belief carried over into the dream world, and now he's really good, extremely good. I might even have him on one of these videos. What if I can't do it as well as the comparison game? Like that, like, what if I can't do it as well as your friend? What if I can't do it as well as you? Well, again, a lot of the things that hold us back are ourselves, our subconscious beliefs, our subconscious desires, our motivations, our experiences, traumatic experiences. That all plays a big part. So that's something to consider and analyze within yourself. And in the dream world. Is it difficult to do? It is and it isn't. You absolutely get what you pay for. You absolutely get what you put in. The more effort you put in, the more likely your results are going to be great. But again, the belief, and I know it sounds like a broken record, but that is a huge, huge, huge thing. And so it is going to, from my experience, it may not be the same for everyone, in my experience, it is going to be as difficult or as easy as you allow it. Whether that allowance is subconscious or conscious, that's going to donate a lot to the results. So yeah.